What's going on, everybody? Just waiting for some people to get on here. How's it going, everyone? We're starting to get some people out here. What's going on, Mopar Man 78? So we got Southern Comfort 655 coming in. What's up, guys? Unkilled Big Bad. What's going on, brother? Jupiter Mustang Mike, what's going on? What's going on, John? I hear you, brother. Same old shit. Yeah, I hear you, Mopar Man. It was nice enough yesterday. I felt like cutting my yard for the first time. I was dreading it, but I guess here we go. The weekly cutting now has begun. I hear you, Mike. Let's go Mopar. Hopefully we get a few more people in here. I know here tomorrow in Tennessee, it's supposed to get like up to 80 degrees. I think I'm gonna ride the bike to work tomorrow. So I guess we're going to get some stuff started. Got any questions? Fire away. If anybody wants to comment on the video that Tony put out yesterday with the motorcycle, I think was hilarious. Yeah, a little nippy up there in Buffalo, New York. That's for sure. 20 degrees. Neil, yeah, I mean, I built plenty of old school small blocks, 318, 360s, 340s. Mopar engines, let's see, 5.7 done? No, not yet. Still waiting for some parts to come in. Waiting for the head gasket to come in from Cometic. As soon as that comes in, I can sit there and start finishing the build. But I am probably going to sometime this week or this weekend. I'm going to be doing the heads on that 5.7, and I'm going to be doing a video on that. I'm going to be putting new valve seals in it, new springs. Let's see, Mr. Henderson. Let's see here. Are you interested in an old Dodge truck? Maybe, depends what year it is. John Mutes. Hello, all. What's all going on, brother? 74 and a 75. Short bed, long bed, single cab. Full and drag. What's going on, brother? No, I'm not really into a 4x4 right now. Here, say, are you here locally or what? Oh, okay. See, Mopar engines. I'm building a 6.1 Hemi stroker. Can the clearance be done at home or better off the machine shop? Depends what kind of clearance you're wanting to do. I mean, depending on the pistons you're wanting to put in it versus what head you're using. I mean, you can sit there. You talk about cam, or I should say, you talk about crank and rod clearances and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of stuff you can do at home if you're, able to do it. The main thing to sit there, when especially if you're doing the stroker, is make sure you get the right pistons for it. Cool deal, Paul. The Chevy Dakota is running great. It's idling right now. Sweet. Mopar engines. What size stroker kit did you get for that 6.1? Tony, let's see what's going on. Are you trying to figure out what's going on with the Valiant, the 64 I'm looking at trying to get? Edmund 97, why no interest in a manual 4 or 5 speed? Basically, I just want to be easy to drive. I mean, I might not be the only person that will drive it. So I just kind of want to keep it neutral. I mean, me personally, I can go either way. I mean, I love a stick or an automatic. But if you're going to do, depending on what this build's going to be, if it's going to be like a bragger car or something, the automatic usually is more consistent. I hear you, Mopar engines. Have you tried MMX or Flying Ryan for some of them parts? Section 237. Have you ever messed with a Viper truck? No, I have not. I'd love to have one. Neil, appreciate it. Dude, I tell you what, Tony and I have a blast when we do stuff together because sometimes it's like really spontaneous at the last second. And even though our personalities are different, for some reason it gels pretty good. Appreciate it, Neil. What's going on, Colleen? How you doing this evening? Let's see here. Robert, what is the difference between the 6.1 and the 6.2 heavy? About 50 horse. The flow on it's a little bit better. The displacement's just a little bit bigger on it. And of course, with the 6.4, you got the VVT, and it was the variable timing in it. Curious Yellow Cuda, what's up, brother? Shopcat Industries, what's up, man? But came up on a couple of good deals this week. I finally found a set of finger well hitters for Slag Hammer. I got to go to Alabama and pick them up Thursday morning. Camp Odin says, does everyone hate the slant six as much as I do? Yeah, you might be better off doing that Mopar engines. I know they had some videos a while back on some of their stroker kits. I don't know if they took some of them down or what. Let's see. Joe Mopar Mess says, I would love to do a Gen 3 Hemi swap, but I'm terrified of their failure problems. Your thoughts? Dude, it's hit and miss, man. I mean, like I said a while back, the race truck we've got, when I first bought it, and the only thing that was wrong with it had a broken valve spring in it, so I replaced it. But when we pulled that motor out of it, man, it had like 261,000 miles on it and was still running great. And we actually sold that motor to another guy, and he's still driving it today. And that was like 3.5, 4 years ago. I mean, personally, I mean, I don't have an issue with the Hemi. I mean, you just got to adapt to what the weak links are in it. And of course, the pre-Eagle motors, 03 to '08 was the issue with the valve seats dropping. 09, 2015, 2017 had an issue with the lifter failures. And a lot of that was on the MDS system and idle time, but you can get you a nice Millings pump and put in there, and your idle oil pressure will be up quite a bit more than what is stock. But I'd go ahead and go for it, man. Colleen, did the insurance company total out the truck? They totaled the truck out, but we kept it. And right now we're going to put another bed on it, tailgate, fix the damage on the cab for now, and go ahead and put a wrap on it. And then possibly maybe turn around and maybe swap all that stuff over to like a single cab short bed Dakota or something like that. We're still kind of there on it, but yeah, we got the truck. Curious Yellow Cuda. Dude, it's hard to tell, man. I mean, as long as you keep the maintenance up on it, the oil changes, use the correct oil, do your tune-ups and stuff. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, it might last you another, anywhere between another 50,000 to 100,000 miles. All depends how you take care of it. Like I said, man, they're hit and miss. But I notice a lot of these ones that go down, these people really don't take care of them, especially on the older models. I don't know how many vehicles I bought with blown up Hemis, and either the water pump went out in it, they overheated it, and they dropped the valve seat, or ran it out of oil because there was an oil leak and locked it up and took the crank out. I mean, so a lot of it is just maintenance, man. Take care of it. You might get, a few more years out of it. You run, let's see, Curious Yellow Cuda, you run 2050 weight in your Hemi? Wow. What's going on, Ken? Appreciate it, brother. Yep, exactly. Premium fuel. What's up, Junkyard Willie? Oh, no problem, Terrence. But yeah, Curious Yellow Cuda, I mean, a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, with these Hemi motors, it says you can run 89 with it. But, I run 93, but there's a lot of people run 87. And it kills that motor. What's up, Douglas from Canada? How are you doing? Appreciate that, Junkyard Willie. Let's see. Neil asked, can you go back to running conventional oil after using synthetic? I've done it. I mean, I bought cars that had synthetic in it, and I did a flush out and went back conventional and really never had an issue. Curious Yellow Cuda, I live in Florida. It's hot out here. It's supposed to be 80 here tomorrow. I'm originally from Florida. I'm from Central Florida, so I know how it is down there, brother. What's up, Rude Mopar dude? But my son and I showed it to him the other day on the marketplace. There's a guy that's here about 30 miles down the road from us, has got a 2010 300 Chrysler 300C that started getting a rod knock in it. He was going to part it out and had a brand new set of coilovers in it. And my son called him about it, and the guy says, "Boy, if you want, you can buy the whole car for $800." So we're going to pick it up Wednesday morning. Mopar engines, dude. You can go either way, man. You can use assembly lube. I use the Lucas stuff, or conventional motor oil, man. I mean, either way. I mean, I've done it both ways and never had an issue. Oh, I hear you, Mike Collins. I tell you what, I've always liked them, and then my son bought a '06 SRT8 300, and I tell you what, man, that thing is nice. But I still like my Charger better. What's that, Rivers Rose? What's up, Rob Rose? Doing good tonight, man. How you doing? Oh hell, Curious Yellow Cooter, you're not too far away from my stomping grounds. No, I have not, Ken. I have to check that out. Oh, no doubt, Olin Drive. Yeah, my son's got a nice little system in his. That thing vibrates like crazy. What's up, Junkyard Clunkers? Hello to all. Devin, hello from Northwest Washington State. What's going on, brother? Oh, appreciate it, Junker Clunkers. Junkyard Willie picked up a '78 Chevy, 84,000 miles, 100 today. Unusual rust. What kind of car is it? Curious Yellow Cuda. Dude, I'm actually surprised you got that many miles out of Dakota, man, with that 4.7. They're not a bad little motor for what they are. I think the biggest issues I've seen with them personally was the little lifter noise. Oh, cool deal, Junkyard Willie. Brian N. Slaghammer has a grade A gasser stance. It's getting there, brother. We figure after the motor drops down in it with the transmission and everything, it'll probably drop down about 2.5 inches where it's at right now. Let's see, Junkyard Cruiser. Let's see, where are you from? Originally, I'm from Tampa, Florida. I moved up here to Tennessee back in '98. Wild Rose Garage. Yeah, we're putting a 727 automatic in it. Ken goes, should I get another Heineken from the fridge or not? I'll go get another one, man. Pop one for me too. Let's see, Jake Romero. Let's see. Do I prefer tap or die or helicoil? What exhaust and slag hammer? Actually, exhaust and slag hammer. I just scored a good deal on a set of fender well headers for it. I got to go to Alabama Thursday and pick them up. As far as tap and die or helicoil, it depends what you're working on, man. You know, if it's a head bolt or exhaust bolt, intake bolt, spark plug. Junker Clunkers, I've got a channel too. Hey, are you doing the No Name Nationals this year? Mopar M, and you guys should put a Gen 3 Hemi and slag hammer. Uh, that's going to get old school. The first motor is going to be 383. The one that's going to be for No Name is going to be 400 built. Now, hopefully, if I get this deal worked out on the 64 Valiant, I was talking about doing a Hemi swap on it. And I've been letting a lot of people comment on this, what's going to happen, and their suggestions and stuff. And I've had a lot of great ones so far. Let's see. Just curious. Let's see. Curious Yellow. No, I haven't gotten one from them. Where were they located at? Well, I lived out in Tampa. Where was it at? Over on Florida Avenue, there was a meat shop I used to get all my Cuban sandwiches from. And there was a few get up places in Ybor City. And then there was one restaurant, I can't remember, it was off Kennedy Boulevard. It was really made really good Cuban sandwiches. Ken, I wish I can get a Elephant, man. Those things are expensive. I think they quit making them. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think they were only making like a certain number of them. That was going to be it. I don't know if you can still special order one or not right now. Ybor, was it down there by the Columbia restaurant? Yeah, but I just saw it. Hopefully, I got him out of here. Yeah, I don't have any money yet, moderators yet. What's up, Red Beer Racing? I hear you, Ken, no doubt. That's the first troll I've had come in. Of course, this is my second live, so appreciate it, Junkyard Willie. Right, Alex? What's up, Mr. Will? Diamond Garage. Glad to see you in here this evening. I just got my first troll attack. Right, Junkyard Willie? I have not worked on the 3.7s. I've worked on the 3.5s, Douglas. I haven't worked on any of the new Pentastar motors yet. Appreciate it, Mr. Will. Oh, no doubt. Curious, Yellow Cuda. That's not too far away from me. I live over just outside of Murfreesboro area. What's up, Harry? See you, Reeves, brother. Get them batteries charged up. Mr. Will, not yet. I'm going to give this guy a call again this week and see if we can get a deal worked out on it. He's still kind of up in the air, but I'm hoping that he goes ahead and just sells me the whole car outright. But if I can't get the deal worked out on 64, there's plenty more of them out there. That one I couldn't tell you, Junker Clunker. I mean, I've gone against the grain a few times on what the book says, but it all depends what kind of vehicle it is. These newer ones, man, they are so finicky. Very, we were talking about that value. Which one, the 64 or the one I'm working on is the Slight Hammer? We're actually talking about two of them right now. I hear you, Ari. Now the 64 is a different body style. I kind of like it. The only thing that's different about the 64, the engine bay is a little smaller, and I think they changed that in like 65 or 66. So we'll see how tight it fits in there if I can get this car. Junkyard Willie, it's 68 Plymouth Valiant. Oh, I hear you. I love the 68 darts. My stepmom had one, and it was real nice. It was red with white stripe on the trunk, with the chrome steelies on it from the factory. I appreciate that, Eric. Now, the hardest thing I'm finding out right now, I need to get a set of tail lights for Slag Hammer, and been trying to find those used and trying to hit the normal Mopar things, and haven't been able to find them yet. Mopar Man 78, what engine are you going to be doing with the Valiant? Which one? The 67, I think you already know, is getting a 383, or 68 is getting a 383 and a 400. The 64, I'd like to do a Hemi swap. Gen 3, I've had a lot of good response on that, but we'll see. Junkyard Willie. Or Junkyard Willie. I'm not really sure. I know the other Valiant next to Slag Hammer, I think, is a 71, 72. And those tail lights are just a little difference on the mounting bracket. They look the same, but the mounting brackets are different. So I want to say probably 67, 68, 69 might be the same tail light. Yeah, yeah, Holm Drive. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I can probably reposition. I mean, I know the upper bracket is the same. It's the one in the middle. It actually sits, I think. Let's see, the 72. The bracket sits a little higher in the middle, I think. All right, appreciate that, Junkyard Willie. Airy, it's up in the air. It was just thrown out there as a suggestion to do the Hemi swap, and I've gotten a lot of good responses out of it. But you never know. We might go old school with it. I'm actually what I'm doing is I'm listening and looking at all the comments, and basically what I'm going to end up doing is most of the comments that are going to be in the same area, as far as motors and builds, that might be where I'll lean towards, because basically at the end of the day I'm building this stuff for everybody who's watching. But I mean, you never know. I mean, the main thing first is I've got to get the deal sealed on the car. That's funny, Mike. Mr. Will, if it doesn't work out, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely look for something else. There's other stuff out there. It's just this one came by a suggestion here about a month ago, and and we'll see what happens with that. But I definitely want to find an older car to do the build in. You know, worst case scenario, if I can't find an older car, what I might do is that 300C that my son and I are picking up Wednesday. Once we get everything out we want, I might turn that into a drag car. So I don't know. I mean, everything and anything's up in the air, but I'd really like to do an older car. I hear you, Harry. Curious Yellow Cuda. I mean, it's in the central middle Tennessee area. I mean, if you know a guy that might have a set that's not too far away, I mean, I'll drive and go get them. You know, it's like these fender well headers I found for Slaghammer. The guy's gonna meet me almost halfway, so I'm looking at a 3.5 hour drive just to go pick those headers up. But I'm getting such a good deal on it; it's worth me driving down there and driving back with them. What's up, Dan? Curious Ilacuda, the car's a 68. Tony, actually, I found quite a few of them on the marketplace, the 383s. It is just all depends how much you want to pay for them. I'm going to try to, Dan. I mean, I know you can find a lot of 440s, especially out of these motorhome stuff, but you got to buy the whole damn thing just to get the motor out of it. Ken considered asks, Tennessee and spring green and cool as Steve Earle wrote it. I like it here. I mean, the only thing I miss about Florida, man, is my Cuban food down there and the beaches and the hurricane parties. I hear you, Will. The prices are starting to get ridiculous on stuff that probably shouldn't even be even sold. I hear you, Mr. Will. Yeah, the good thing for me though, up here in Tennessee, Publix has came up to the Tennessee area. So now where I live at, there's like about three of them in the area, about 20 miles away from me, and I can go in and have them make me the old style Cuban bread. It's still not like getting it from Florida, but it's pretty damn close. What's up, Bad Tree? Just chilling, brother. Just chilling. How you doing on your end? Cool deal, Junker Clunkers. Yeah, I love the El Caminos. I hear you, Battery. I hear you. I hear you, Ken. Yeah, it's like every time I go back to Florida, man, the first thing I do, especially in the Tampa area where I'm from, I'll grab me a couple Cuban sandwiches, two sleeves of Cuban bread. I'll pick up about 4 or 5 bricks of Cuban coffee. And there's a little ice cream place down there called Bo's Ice Cream, man. I always got to get a milkshake when I'm down there. What's up, Craig Davis? How you doing? No, I hear you, Mr. Will. You are correct, Mr. Will. It's been a long time. Even for me, even though I don't look it, I'm actually part Cuban, part Sicilian, a little bit of Spaniard in me. Craig Davis, hey man, how about a blue collar Gen 3 swap, no 5K, suspension, etc. Dude, if I can do this deal, man, I'm going to try to do it as economically possible and, not try to be over budget, but at the same time, I want it done right. Yes, sir, Dale. St. Pete Beach is just below Tampa. I actually used to go there all the time. Uh, you know it, Dan. Matter of fact, I just had some black beans and yellow rice the other night. Mopar engines, would you use EFI on the Hemi variant? Don't know yet. I mean, I can go either way with this. I can go carbureted or fuel injection. There's, I actually like the little the 327s, man. They were a nice little motor. Bradenton Park, let's see, Mark Hoffman, back in '79. Okay. I used to go to Bradenton a lot. Let's see here. My best. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like to know your honest opinion about the Hemi. The early ones do drop valve seats, and they do have valve spring issues. Yeah, they do. I mean, but it's like everything. The biggest thing with the valve seats, man, was the fuel. People weren't running the right fuel in them. They were getting them hot. And the bad thing about it was a lot of times you're in traffic, it's hot and everything. You go pull in the parking lot, you just shut it off, and the heat cycle on that thing would just drop that seat right out. let's see here. See, Bad True is asking, says, I have a 06 SR8 300. Bring it back here. Diablo Tuner 180 stat. Okay, let's see. 391 get rag. If I can get it from a buddy, currently 306 open with 305, 17, some T's with other mods. What'd you do? I still want to take. I tell you what, man, those cars are quick stock. My son's got one. And when we took it to the track, man, it was right there in the high eights at the track on the 8th mile. And I mean, what this dude's got going on right now, I mean, you really don't need a whole lot unless you just want to go completely gonzo with it. I just saw a comment here I was wanting to find. Hang on with me real quick. Yeah, Sketchy Dustin was talking about just run water with the pre-eagle engines and don't overheat, swap the heads. But yeah, I mean, that's what I've done with all mine. I've done the eagle head swap on them. But I mean, I still run antifreeze, but I don't run that orange and red shit in there. I just use the regular green, man, and I've never had a problem. Ken, let's see, how's the Jeep going? Dude, Bart's still on back order. I mean, she's still driving it, but it's still on back order. Oh, Wild Rose, I love those SRE Jeeps, man. I like to find me a track haul. Right? I hear you, Battery. But no, I mean, those 300s, man, for a heavy car, man, they're pretty quick, especially SRT8s, man. I can't, I mean, it's a little bit quicker than my Charger. Henry picked, let's see, it took me 2 months to get an AMC cam. Dude, I wouldn't doubt it. A lot of shit's on back order right now. You know, hell, it's like with that keyless entry for the damn Jeep, that wireless control module, man, it's been over a year now, and I still haven't been able to get that damn thing. I hear you, Dan. I tell you what, I wish there was a way I can get around. I mean, I got around it partially, where I can actually drive it. I had another computer put in it, and had the skim taken out of it, but the alarm system is saved in the body control module memory. And man, every time I fire that thing up, the lights start flashing on it, and you got to sit there and let it time out. But I love the Jeep though, man. I mean, that Commander, I love it. And it hooks pretty good too, man. It's got that quality drive in it. You can take off and it just goes. Oh, I hear you, Dan. I mean, why does the damn body even need to be controlled? It's like with the old cars, man. You used to have 5, 6 views of them. Now you got over 40. What's up, Zero? I think I've lost count on how many relays and fuses are in that damn Commander. Craig, I know the car's not going to get painted by the Power Tour. This is not enough time, and I probably still got like another couple hundred hours of just in the body work. So I think for the Power Tour, it's just going to be in primer because we want to concentrate and get the drivetrain in it now and get it wired up. So I'm hoping after the Power Tour, we can get the body work finished on it and get it painted before the No Name Nationals. What's going on, Wayne? Mike, yeah, it's probably what it's going to be. It's probably going to be a primer bomb for the tour, but she'll end up getting painted here before the end of the year. Oh yeah, the hood's definitely going to be flat black, Mike. I hear you. Now, John was on last week. I don't know if he's left yet or not. I know he's supposed to be heading down to hook up with Andy and stuff. All right, I'm all ears. Sketchy, you say you can have that Jeep fixed? I can have a Jeep fixed for like $700. Appreciate it, Zero. Yeah, Vince. I mean, the color we got picked out was like I think is going to do it some justice. But like I said, main thing right now is, man, we need to get this thing together and get it running. Let's see. Yeah, Dan, I don't know exactly what went wrong with it. I know I had a guy actually come to the house and diagnose everything, and I actually had gotten a different one. to see if that would work. And this particular one is a 1 year Pacific to that vehicle. And that's why it's been on back order for so long. Wayne, let's see, did you get headers for Slag Hammer? Yes, I did. I found some on the marketplace, found some vendor well headers. They're down in Alabama, and I'm picking them up Thursday morning. Got a hell of a deal on them. They're brand new, never been put on. The guy bought them years ago, decided not to use them, and they've been on the shelf ever since. Let's see, Danny Boyd, and they probably need to be programmed into the main computer. Yes, you are correct. But like I said, this particular module is a 1 year only. And I actually had got one for '08, and it would not interchange. He even tried to go through the main computer system program, and it did not want to take it. As just one of those things. It'll get straightened out. Wild Rose, yeah, I'm gonna be trailering Slag Hammer because that's gonna be a nice little trip for that car. I mean, especially with the other setup we're gonna have in it. Oh, I hear you, Mike. That's what we're guessing at right now. Tony started mocking the motor up today. So hopefully this thing will be put all together here the next couple of weeks, and we get it on the engine run stand, see what this thing's going to sound like. Peace out, Junkyard Willie. Have a good one. Appreciate it, Harry. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a nice little motor for what it's going to be. And I can't wait till we get started on the 400 one that we're going to use for the no name. But if y'all ain't had a chance yet, go over to Mr. Will's Diamond Breeze Garage and give him a sub, man. He's on his way to get 500 so he can go to no name nationals as well. I have to go full 440 for no name nationals. Yeah, I mean we can, but he's already got the 400 block and the pistons and everything for it. Oh, I hear you, Bad Tree. It is going to be a fun time. Like you said, there's not going to be any losers at all. It's like I made a joking comment when I was on there with John. They're going to have enough space to fit everybody out because it looks like it's going to be a packed house. Oh, no problem, Mr. Will. Tim, it's supposed to be the last weekend of September, first weekend of October. What's going on, Mike? Appreciate that bad tree. Yeah, September 30th, October 1st. And if you don't have a car, or if you can't make it as far as entries go, I mean, if you live close enough to there, man, you can definitely come as a spectator. Well, Michael, I hope you all make it, man. I mean, hell, it's going to be worth this coming out and watching everything. I think I'm going to have more fun watching everybody else than I am going to be there myself racing the car. Dennis, let's see. Did you think about maybe an ultra wheelbase build for the 64 bike? Dude, right now, anything's up in the air with this car. Like I said, the main thing is I got to get that car tied down, get a deal made on it, and it'll be right for me, right for him, and then it's going to be a blank, a blank slate. Wild Rose, I know right now in my area diesel prices are over $5 and something a gallon, but hopefully by then they'll be down. Mike Evan, have you ever heard of a torque converter filled dump valve? No, I have not. Oh, cool. I have to check that out. Willie King 71. Sorry about that, Craig. I'm just reading the comments here. But yeah, I've done a lot of builds. I love doing motors, fabrication work, and stuff like that. My only main weakness, I guess you can say, is transmissions. I've never built one before, but we're getting ready to build one for Slag Hammer, so I get to dig into that. And I'm also getting ready to dig into one of my own transmissions out here at the house. I got a Nag one that I pulled out of my Charger that I want to tear apart and go through. Willie King 71, it says diesel is still $5 plus here in Arizona. Yeah, diesel's gone way up. Oh, I hear you, Eric. I'll have to check that out, Tim Horn. If y'all want to go to his brother's channel, is Panda Shenanigans, and give him a sub. I like to see everybody there. What's up, Anthony Roan? Oh God, Dennis in Canada says it's $8 a gallon up there. God, I remember years ago, I used to go to Canada a lot when I was driving a big truck over the road. And first time I bought a pack of cigarettes up there back in the day, it was like $16 for a pack. Yeah, me too, Vince. I mean, I'm an old dog, but man, I love learning, man. My brain's still a sponge. Wild roads, they were definitely different. It's like the first pack. I've actually still got the empty pack put away somewheres. It was like a wide pack. It was white and blue, and then on the back of it had a set of lungs that were like totally cooked from smoking. I was like, oh my god. I crossed over in Detroit. I used to go over there a lot. This over the bridge. But yeah, I think Tony and I finally got the pinion snubber figured out for the slag hammer. We got the part order for it today. So hopefully that'll be in here in a couple weeks, if not sooner. That's funny, Aries. Are you guys all trying to mask your cannabis smoke with cigarettes on camera, or am I just reading into this too far? I don't smoke cannabis. Hell, if I did, I'd be sitting in a recliner right now tearing up my refrigerator. Dennis, I actually had some half leaves on the front or on Slag Hammer about a month ago, and the height was still a little too high in the back, so we took the half leaf out and took one more leaf out, and so we're going to try it like that right now, and we're going to clamp the front section of the springs. I mean, I can always put a leaf back in if need be. Good night, Craig. I think a lot of people's going to plead the fifth there, Eric. Oh, I hear you, Mike. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to find out where the sweet spot's going to be with the springs. And like I said, we can either take one out or add one in. I mean, I mean, originally when we started talking about doing this build, we were talking about putting ladder bars in it. And then Tony wanted to try the snubber with it, so we'll try the snubber. If that don't work, and I don't have any issues putting a set of ladder bars on it. Yeah, I thought about that too, Dennis. Anthony, let's see. Will my 8 3/4 be strong enough for my 71 Demon with a carbureted Gen 3 Hemi power? Depends how much horsepower you're going to push through it. I mean, if a stock 345 heavy, I mean, you should be fine. The Cornet we had a built 360 in it, and it was pushing almost 500 horse, and that 8 3/4 held up with no problem. But I mean, this is going to be trial and error with it. I mean, it's a project, so it gives us an opportunity to try different things with it. No, I hear you, Eric. I mean, it's a nice community, man. I mean, everybody helps everybody. Everybody's pretty laid back. I mean, I love everybody that's on here, and especially all the people that came up now since the No Name Nationals, man. I mean, there's a lot of channels I wouldn't even never even heard of that I actually like watching now. See, Tim Horn, I've been wanting to take my 79 Cutlass on the Hot Rod Tour, but not this year. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's gonna be my first time doing it. And then I actually want to do what's it called down in Florida, Sick Week. I think I'm gonna try to do that next year. What's going on, Kuda Dude? Yeah, I appreciate that, Mr. Will. Yeah, I'm pretty chilled most of the time. I mean, but I've also got a hot streak in me too. Yeah, but the older I get, the more chilled I get. So reading some of the comments, a lot of people look like they're on a beer or lager conversation here. Well, Tim, hopefully you get that car back together, brother. I hear Mike Williams. You know you're getting old when you get in an elevator, and rock music you used to like listening to now is considered elevator music. I appreciate it, Mike. Oh man, I hear you, Dan. Oh, I hear you, Tim. I'm a truck driver myself, man. I just recently more or less stopped being over the road. Miss Will, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of classic cars down there for sale. It all depends what you want to get. I mean, you get one that's going to need a lot of work, and some of them are pristine. But yeah, the market's actually pretty good down there for the older cars. What's up, Biker Bob 59? But yeah, I got about 2, maybe 3 years tops. I'm getting out of the truck altogether, man. Wild Rose, appreciate it, brother. You coming in tonight, man. There you go, Dan. No, I hear you, Dennis. I was up in Pennsylvania probably about 10 years ago picking up a load, and they were having a car show at the little truck stop I stayed at one night. And about 2 miles up from that little truck stop, there was a Barracuda sitting out in the front yard for sale. And man, that thing was roached from the door handles down. Michael Williams, let's see, went to an old car show a couple weeks ago, and it looked like my high school parking lot. No doubt, brother, no doubt. Oh wow, Biker Bob, market's that bad over there? Oh, I hear you, Biker Bob. There's a lot of places down here, man. Same way. What's up, SRP? Oh, poor man. No doubt, man. I've done that quite a bit, man. You sit here and boil your brats and beer to thumb on the grill. That's some good eating there. What's up, Street Fox? 347. What year Charger was it, Dennis? 426 heavy. Oh, do they salt the roads in Tennessee? They do both, man. They salt, they grime. Oh, I hear you, Biker Bob, man. Just drive the wheels off of it. Let's see, let's see. So, what's my favorite Mopar engine? I love the small blocks, man. Uh, 318s, 340, 360s. I've always kind of been a small block guy. Good dude. Yeah, there's a lot of cars down in Alabama. I got a second house in Alabama, little town called Sulligent, and I see all kind of old cars and stuff on the way down there, back and forth. Let's see, Joseph. Let's see, the 360s didn't impress me too much. I mean, overall, I mean, they're just a motor. I mean, back then they were, up to the Magnums were on like 255 horse, but you can build the crap out of them. Now the 318s, man. I mean, a lot of people used to throw those motors away, but man, you can build a nice motor out of a 318 too, and they're dependable. Let's see, SRP. Hey, Al, what new Hemi blocks are the best? Well, which ones are we talking about? New school Hemi or old school? If we're talking about old school, I like to keep black blocks. The Gen threes, man. I kind of like them all. I wouldn't mind finding a 6.4 Apache block to build. That'd be nice. I hear you, Michael Williams. I try to explain that to my son too when he first got his first car with 67 Cornet with a point system in it, and trying to tell him about the gap in Doyle. Boy, he was like clueless. Oh, I hear you, Joseph. I mean, the 5.7 blocks, man. I mean, you can build the crap out of them. Have a good one, Tim. Oh, I hear you, Joseph. I mean, we had a point system of his for the longest time, but the the points that we were getting were crap, and the condensers kept going out in them, and so we finally switched over to emissions era single pickup Mopar distributor and a MDS box, and we never had a problem afterwards with it. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a nice motor there, Dennis. Yeah, just I mean, small blocks are my favorite motors. Now, as far as mud trucks and stuff go, we used to always run big blocks just for the more torque. Yeah, those all Unilights aren't bad. Oh, I hear you, Dennis. I mean, a lot of people have been doing that right now, trying to find ARP head studs and rod bolts, man. Everything right now is like on back order. All right, SRP, I must have missed a question. You have I have you with a question mark. Oh, I hear you. I've ended up with Mopar branded oil filters, one of those late model Hemis. I think no one around has one anymore. I could send it to Tony maybe. Yeah, I usually use the Mopar filters or I use Wicks. All right, SRP. Yep, I hear you, Dan. Wicks are OEM. Yeah, I quit using frame filters years ago, man. They started falling apart. Yes, they do, Joseph. Like I say, man, those 318s, man, a lot of people just throw those things away. And I mean, be amazed what you can do with them. Oh, I hear you, coulda, dude. Wow, you got 318 up to 600 horse. Oh yeah, Judge. So in the 340s, you can get a lot of power, but man, everybody's wanting arm and leg for a 340, man. Mr. Will, you have a good evening, sir. Yes, they are, Joseph. Oh, I hear you, Dennis. I mean, Bottle Rocket, man. I mean, once it gets the bugs worked out on that thing, it's going to be a nice car. Yeah, I hear you, Don Draft. I mean, I don't know what happened with Fram, but years ago, man, when I first started wrenching, that was like the filter to get. And they just went to like total shit. No, I hear you, Michael. Tony and I are he's got another 273 block over there, and we've been throwing around building that and put a set of Magnum heads on it. Oh, those 340s are nice motors, Joseph. I mean, my dad had one. He had what do you have? A 77 Dodge single cab, short bed, 4x4. It had a 340 petty motor in it. It was balanced and blueprinted. And man, it was smoked the tires all around on that truck. Oh, I hear you. I actually like a Rotella, man. I mean, when I was owner operator, that's the only thing I ran in my big trucks. And I mean, I love them in cars too. No, I hear you, Dan. I mean, hell, like I said, Rotella's some good stuff, man. There ain't no denying that. Hey, David. Yeah, I advertised it last week. Originally, it was supposed to be next Monday, but my work schedule changed, so I'll be working next Monday night. So yesterday morning, I changed it to tonight. I hear you, Michael. There was a kid last year over here that raced in Buffalo Valley and just had a shit box of a car. I think that thing was running like 18s, something like that, but he was consistent and he actually won at the end of the night. Oh, I hear you, Dennis. Dizzy Izzy gave Tony a set of Key Black 2 second street pistons that he could use to make content. Did you give those to him a while back or here recently? Yeah, the Napa oil filters are made by Wix. Yeah. Oh, I can't remember all the other Hemi builders. The only one that comes to my mind is Keith Black. I mean, if I remember correctly, when um, Dodge Chrysler quit making the 426 Hemi, I think Keith Black bought all the dies in them from him. So he was like the main guy to go to. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he might have mentioned something about that, Dizzy. Alan Johnson, yeah. Yeah, Edelbrock hadn't been doing too good since the old man died. Oh, I love Ray Barton's work, man. Good question, SRP. Let's see, Al. What is the one question that you want your followers to ask? Gee, I don't know. I mean, hell, they can ask anything, tech or what I'm doing with Slaghammer or what I'm doing at the house. I mean, I'm pretty open, dude. Just ask away. 426 Hemi boxers or briefs. I mean, the only thing I can really think of SRP is as a question as far as the viewers ask me. I really don't know. I mean, the only thing I can think of is what they would like to see on my YouTube as far as builds or tech or whatever else. I'm always open for suggestions. Appreciate that, Gerard Willis. See, I think last Monday, I think we went like 2 hours and 15 minutes. SRP, you talking about my red charger, SRP? If you are, you're probably going to be seeing that a lot shortly. This fall, I'm going to be pulling the motor out of it and doing some work to it. See, 426 Hemi. Let's see. I really like you filling in on the tech details that UT can't cover. Oh, I appreciate it, man. I mean, I love Tony Death, man, and I think one of the reasons why him and I click is, I mean, his knowledge. I mean, it surpasses mine in a lot of areas. So I'm like, when I hear something I don't know, I'd shut up and I'd listen. And but we're two different people. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why we get along so well. Besides us being two old guys. Oh, I hear you, Joseph. You know, it's like today we're going back and forth about the pinion snubber on slag hammer, and he had his ideas, I had mine, and then we hit a common area, and then we both decided it would be best to order this part for it and do a reverse snubber on it. So basically, the snubber would be coming from the frame down to the pinion. Oh, I hear you, 426 heavy. I mean, I got hooked on the Gen 3s here, you know, a while back. I mean, I love them. They're a simple motor, they're easy to build. They're just expensive as shit as far as aftermarket parts go. That's why I buy a bunch of used ones that are blown up and take the parts out of them and put them on my shelf. Makes it allows me to be able to build these things. No, I hear you, Michael. I mean, like I said, man, the dude is like an encyclopedia of knowledge. I mean, he's been wrenching since he was like 14, 15 years old. And I mean, and the contacts he's made through the years and stuff in the drag racing community and stuff. I mean, it's just the mind blows, man. That's for sure. SRP, I really don't know yet. Let's see. How do you think Slaghammer will leave off the line? Hmm. Hopefully, I'll find out here soon. I mean, the motor we're putting in now is not really going to be built for the track, but it'll kind of give me an idea of what we'll need to do suspension wise if need be. But I'll find out more probably after the hot rod tour thing and we get the 400 down in it, and I can start taking it to the track and kind of dial things in. I mean, she's going to be a tall girl. I mean, a gasser is going to leave like a gasser does. Billy Bob Home, can you run a strong threaded rod to the pinion snubber to allow for speedy adjustment in the pits? I mean, you can. I mean, matter of fact, one on Plan Z is an adjustable snubber with a jam nut on it. And I also know they make aftermarket snubbers that you can sit there and turn up and down and lock them down. See, Joseph, let's see, I was forced into wrenching at the age of 8. I hear you, man. Yeah, I started at a young age myself. I mean, because my dad was into hot rods. He raced circle track cars back in the day. And so, as far as back I remember, I've either had a grease rag or hand them wrenches. And to me, it's therapy. My business is it's going to leave like a truck. I hear you, man. Until we get it out there, man, you never know, man. You never know. I know she's going to be a heavy girl. We've tried to take some weight out of her, man, but there's not too much left we can strip out of. We're getting ready to drill some more holes in that thing. I hear you, Joseph. I mean, today's mechanics is nothing like the old guys, man. I mean, these days here, if they don't have their laptop with them, they don't know what the hell to do with the motor. They go by what they do on their laptops. SRP, I'm hearing you, man. It's probably not going to flex a whole lot. We're planning on putting some holes through that frame. That's for damn sure. Oh, I hear you, Mike. Today, we were talking about that earlier about my damn Commander. The old cars, man, you had like 5 or 6 fuses, handful of wires, that was it. Now, I mean, there's so many wires and fuses in these new cars, man. It's just stupid. What's up, Cranky Crow? 426 Hemi, are you going to try to and run mufflers on the fender well headers? Otherwise, you better get ahead, set up for a power tour. Yeah, we're gonna try to run some type of exhaust on it. Like Purple Hornets or something like that. And the noise in that car, man, that thing's gonna be louder than shit anyway, man. There's no insulation in that car. I mean, that car is gutted. There you go, Mike. Marine circuit breakers. Yeah, I wish that I mean, they're actually bringing the Commander back, but I think it's Australia and South America. They're bringing it back in. We're not going to see it here in the States. Eric, that one rod looked like it was bent. We haven't looked at it anymore since we pulled it all out. And Kiwi's wanting to go with a more high compression motor, so we're going to be doing some different things with it. The pistons are in it were about 60 to 70 thousandths under deck. So we're going to do some things with that. He's wanting to run some H-beam rods in it now. Oh, I hear you, Kuda, dude. I mean, it's like my son, man. He started wrenching on cars at 14, and his first car was the 67 Corvette. And he decided he wanted to make a career out of turning wrenches. So when he graduated high school, he went to tech school to become a mechanic. And he was telling me that all the stuff that the kids were doing and what they were teaching, he's like, man, if they don't have a computer, they're lost. Everybody is sit there and found, is lost to the ability to actually diagnose with their own brain and what the vehicle's doing versus plugging into an OBD2 spot and this is what they're telling us wrong. Let's see. Appreciate that, Cranky Crow. I hear you, Mike. I mean, because that 440, man, it's got a lot of good parts on it. It's just nothing was matched for that motor. I mean, the heads, I think, are like what was it, 83cc head, and then you got 30 over pistons that are 70 thousandths under deck. I mean, it just would have been a pig out of the gate. So we're going to match everything up and make that motor light up like a Christmas tree. SRP, give us a scoop on Tony's bottle rocket. I really can't say too much, man. I know he's getting ready to dig into it shortly so he can get it ready for No Name Nationals. So I'm kind of like the zip lip on it right now. And that's just out of respect for Tony. So oh, I hear you, Dan. I mean, that's the main thing is when I grew up, man, there was no computers and shit, man. You listen to the motor, you put your hand on the motor, you took your big screwdriver, stuck it in the ear to the valve covers to the block to find out what was going on. I mean, those days, man, are like about gone with this new generation. I hear you, SRP. Joseph, I really don't know, man. I mean, because the deal on that motor, that Kiwi made, you know, the parts that were on it that are new was worth what he did with it. But it's just, yeah, it probably was an internet motor the other day. I don't know. I mean, I can't confirm that. But at the end of the day, I mean, he's got a good block, good heads, good rockers, good intake, 6-pack carbs. So I mean, it's something to build off of. Dan, let's see. Will Tony get around to shaking down Bottle Rock? Here soon, man. He's building. He's going to be building another motor port for No Name National. It's still going to be a small block, and it's still going to be a 318. Well, I'll give you a prime example. I mean, when Ethan went to school, his teacher was a Dodge tech, and of course, I've got so many cars here. Ethan was going to school every day in a different damn car. And his teacher asked, "How many cars you got?" And then one of the cars we did was a Magnum I had bought. It had a 2.7 in it, and I did a 3.5 swap and ran it with the 2.7 transmission and the computer. And his instructor says, "That's not supposed to work." And my son goes, "Well, here it is. You can come out here and take a look at it." You know, they can't think outside the box anymore. Oh, I hear you, Tony, or Dennis. I mean, he's going to build that motor, man. He's like he said, he's going to give everything he's got. If he blows it up, he blows it up. Racing up against Andy, but I mean, he'll eventually get the car straightened out. I mean, he's always been a big block guy, and he went to the small blocks. And but it's going to be a solid car when it's done. It's just going to take some time. I hear you, Michael. I hear you, Dizzy. I'm only 54, so I hear you, Just. I mean, that was one of the best motors, man. When they came out with the 340, I mean, that was just a sweet all around small block motor. Oh, I understand that, Mike. Let's see. He says small blocks can't handle the total timing that an RB engine can. It's like I was telling you earlier. I mean, I love my small blocks, but when it comes to like mudding and stuff, we always ran the big blocks. That's funny, SRP. But no, all honesty, dude, I mean, he is putting a 318 back in it. I can tell you that much. It's still going to be 318. I don't know, Mo Warpath, 1978. Let me think about it. Oh, I agree with you, Joseph. No, not really, does. What's going on, Andy? Yeah, anytime you just building a high res small block, man, you always want to make sure you get the hole everywhere. I hear you, SRP. Have a great one, man. Oh, I hear you, Joseph. And that and turn your front end out. Appreciate it, Owen Drab. Yeah, it's definitely not cheap there, Dizzy, is he? That's for damn sure. Gotta love that epoxy. You back got that intake done, Andy? Appreciate it, Mike. We have a good evening. All right, Mopar man, I'll check them out. Dude, like I said, Dennis, man, those little 318s, man, they're tough little motors. Yeah, I appreciate it, Evan. Yeah, this is my second live, so oh, I love to see that tunnel ram working after you get done with Andy. You've done a lot of work on it. No, I hear you, Eric. Well, guys, we're hitting over the 2 hour mark here, so I'm going to get off for this evening and hopefully do another live here in a couple weeks. Like I said, next Monday I've got to work, so hopefully the following Monday we can do another live. And like I said, man, I mean, pop away on questions, tech things, anything. And we'll just have some good conversations about it. Andy, it's coming along. Tony's getting start putting the motor together now on it. But appreciate everybody that came in for the chat tonight. I know some of y'all came in late, and but I appreciate y'all coming in. And have a good one, Andy. And other than that, guys, I'll see you the next time. Hopefully, we can have another one here in about 2 weeks. And until then, y'all have a good one, man.